You guys see this? Whoa! Oh shit! Oh. Okay, I didn't kill too many wineberries. That was not supposed to happen. You guys see this right here? 9 feet tall, 9 feet tall. If you've ever wondered what would happen if you took a peach pit and put it in the ground and left it alone, what would happen? This is what it is. You know the tree that I just showed you that died? The peach, well, it's not dead, the horrible hack job that was done to that peach tree, right? I harvested fruit. It didn't fruit last year because of what happened to it. But 2 years ago, it did fruit. And I took a bunch. It was the most delicious white peach. It's some type of white peach, maybe Belle of Georgia or something like that. And probably Belle of Georgia. But I took a bunch of the peach pits and I planted them everywhere. And this is one of them. So that tree that's dead, which it's such a waste. It was such a productive tree. And if certain things could have been done to it, it could have had a longer, healthier life. It might not have been as productive, but it would still be making babies or giving you fruit to make more trees. And this is a 2-year-old peach tree that was never pruned and grown from seed. I have a few more I want to show you around here, but this tree right here is outpacing trees that I planted 2 years ago that were bare root orders that I bought online, and I ordered these trees online, and they came as bare root seedlings, bare root trees. This is actually outproducing it. So just by simply taking a cherry pit or an apricot pit or a nectarine pit, any type of pit fruit, peaches, stick it in a really good soil, and this is what you have if you protect it. And let me show you what's got going on. You can see a bunch of different wineberries and a bunch of weeds and everything. Alright, now this is exactly what a squirrel does. Let's talk some squirrel wisdom here, okay? The squirrel, all it does when it plants nuts is it eats some, it plants some, and then it runs off and takes some with it. If you ever watched a squirrel, that's what they do. They eat some, they'll bury some, and then they'll run off and take it with them. So this is what we should start doing in our food forest. If we have horribly pruned fruit trees, this is one option. There's a few other options I'll show you. But you can always make replacements from the fruit. And you can see the central leader right here that goes all the way down. And this is actually a tree. This is a peach tree. And you can see that the central leader kind of ended right about there, and now it's starting to kind of open up, and eventually this will be a very big full tree. But there's little branches coming down. Look at this. This tree, I think this is another, look at this, this is another one. Oh my God, there's little babies. That's why they're freaking out. There's a bird freaking out right now. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm gonna leave this alone. Oh, I feel so bad now. I feel so bad. But let's move on. So you can make a little habitat for little birds by putting little nests or little cages around there. It protects it from anything, predators that might get it, might get your tree, and then also get little baby birds. But look how big this is. Aw, there's Mama right over there in my other peach tree. Flying around, you can hear, see him? Yeah, let's get away from there. Sorry about that. Let's look at this peach tree right here. This is another peach seedling, and this one's even taller. This one here is over 10 feet tall. Now this, believe it or not, is a wild peach. This is a peach tree that I found growing wild. There's an old home site. I'm going to show you guys this because I want to show you the tree. I wanted to show it to you this year, but none of the peaches fruited. Even the wild ones didn't fruit because of the spring that we had. But this tree, this was a little seedling growing underneath an old peach tree that was cut down, and it had suckers growing back, which had a bunch of nice tall trees and everything like that. So it had fruit on it and flowers this year, and I'm sorry, 1 year. And this was probably about 2 years ago, about the same time. And that spring, I noticed out in the middle of a field that wasn't mowed anymore, an old abandoned home site that's probably from I don't know, it's got to be at least 100 years old, and no one's probably lived there for about 40, maybe 30 or 40 years probably. And you'll see it's been abandoned for a long time. And they used to have fruit trees down by the road, and they must have had a peach, and for whatever reason it was cut down. It was probably past its life. You know, most peaches don't really live that long. Naturally, you know, they'll live probably 30, 40 years, but when you prune them, they usually only live maybe like 10 to 20. And that's the commercial way of doing things. This is the natural way of doing things. This is evolution right here, guys. You know, this plant, this tree, peaches, have evolved this way for millions of years, and then we stepped in and started domesticating them for the last 1,000. And just because commercial growers prune the hell out of their fruit trees, not even just peach trees, their fruit trees in general, that doesn't mean, oh my gosh, I'm crawling in ticks. That doesn't mean that we have to do it the same way. And they want their fruit to be close to them, so that way they can pick it. But peaches, when fruit's ripe, they fall. They fall from the tree. You know, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. But let me get close to this and show you exactly how big this tree is right here. Can you guys see this? Whoa! Oh shit! Okay, I didn't kill too many wine berries. That was not supposed to happen. But you can see how big this tree is just from me standing right here. And I have no idea what this fruit's going to be like. Never tasted it. By the time I got to the fruit on the mother plant of this tree, it was already gone. I didn't really want to trespass too much. I'd already kind of yanked a little seedling out of there. And this has never been pruned also. And it also has a central leader, but it's also got a lot of side branches. I mean, this is a bushy tree. You know, seedlings aren't necessarily just really tall, long, and leggy with a bunch of fruit on the top. They start to bush out and make a nice tree and start producing fruit really early. These guys flowered really good, but I haven't gotten any fruit off of them yet. So, but I wanted to show this to you. This is just 2 of them. I've got a bunch other ones. There's another one right there. Let me see if I can get past. Oh, that's a bummer. I fell on all my wine berries. Okay. At least I caught it on camera, huh? That'll be a good, I don't know if I should leave that in there or cut it out. Well, you guys will know if you saw it or not. But yeah, check this out. Now this is one that I did last year. I put it in the ground, gosh, not last year. This one here is maybe about 2 years also. But it was after this one, after these ones that I did. And I've got another one over there too that's about this big. But yeah, check this out. This is a seedling also too. And it started to 2 trees basically. And the branches grow away from each other. And there's actually a little empty area. A lot of the branches that were in here, right in the middle, have kind of like self-pruned themselves. You don't really have to worry about branches crossing over, because as they rub, the tree will just cut it off. And look at this. Look at all these blackberries right here. Oh yeah. That's good stuff. But the sun's going down. It's starting to get kind of dark. I want this to go on too long. But I wanted to show you as an example of what unpruned peach seedlings look like. Two years ago, this was a little seedling underneath a really old peach tree that was at an old homestead. House was abandoned. And I'm going to show that to you guys. I'm going to show it to you when it's either flowering or when it's fruiting. Maybe I'll do it at the end of the year this year once everything kind of starts to die back, the grass and everything, because it's pretty thick in there. It's pretty thick in there just like it is in here. But yeah, 2 years. Put a peach pit in the ground. 2 years later, you've got an 8-9 foot tall tree that's ready to fruit here next year if the spring will let me. So thanks for watching, guys. Use this as a reference. You don't have to prune the trees. You don't have to buy grafted fruit trees. You don't have to buy bare root, because it actually, it's not as good as planting it from seed. These outperform it, especially peach pits. And I'm in Tennessee. I'm in the South, but I mean, anywhere. You know, if you're up north, do cherries, do apricots, do the more stuff that, like, the more cold hardy stuff. The more cherries and apricots, you know, are great. Peaches, nectarines too, if you can do it. But yeah, the South, I mean, Tennessee peach trees are actually considered to be semi-invasive. Because of how well they grow here, you know, they don't, I wouldn't say they're susceptible to disease, because they are, but when they grow from seed and everything like that, they're considered to be semi-invasive. So, thanks for watching, guys. Plant some peach pits in the ground. Be like the squirrel. You know, eat a little bit, plant some, and then take some with you. You know, you'll have replacements growing next to your deformed, horribly pruned fruit trees. You'll have a plan B that, you know, you can cut that thing down and have this. So, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one. You guys see this? Oh, shit.